Who's ready for an adventure? Good morning and happy Canada Day. I had planned to get an early start to the day. This is a little ridiculous, but I'm up. I'm up and active and ready to go. It was just one of those nights where the mosquitoes are concerned. It was a south wind and then it was just still and calm. And I find when it's a south wind, they really seem to come out. And then when it's still, they don't go away. So in the shelter is a mosquito haven right now, so Roy and I have pulled a fast one, and we've snuck out. I'm going to get the day started early. I was just reflecting on this. Days are fun now. I enjoy my days for the most part. It's the nights that are miserable, and that's because of the mosquitoes. So just going to get an early start. I'm going to get a fire going, make myself some tea, and see if I can be productive. I've still got about an hour and a half until first light. So I'll see what I can do, and it's going to be a good day. I'm just in the process of boiling up a pot of spruce tea. Actually, it's already boiled. Now it's steeping. And I have to say, there's nothing I would love more right now than a nice pot of coffee. That would be amazing. Alas, no coffee for another 30 days or so. But today's the halfway point. We're getting there. One step and then another. It's looking like an overcast day so far. Fairly warm. Once we get a little more light, I'm going to get out there and do some fishing. So that'll probably be by the time I'm done this spruce tea. Get my vitamin C in me. I'm going to have my breakfast as well. I just spent a decent bit of time gathering firewood, so just trying to find ways to be productive, because sleep just wasn't going to be happening right now. Roy wonders what's going on. He has no appreciation for the beauty in nature. Happy Canada Day, Mr. Beaver. Not friendly. Happy 149th birthday, Canada. Just wanted to say how grateful I feel to live in such an amazing country. I'm going to go ahead and call it the greatest country on earth. It has so many things going for it, and not the least of which is this big, beautiful backyard we have to play in. If you happen to live in Canada, get out there and enjoy it. It's just amazing to be out here. And when you get out there, leave the cell phone behind, leave the speakers and the music behind, leave the beers behind. Maybe don't leave all the beers behind, but make sure you only have enough that you can still get up and enjoy a beautiful sunrise once in a while, because this is truly a gift, and it's amazing to have and enjoy it, because not everyone gets this. This is truly a privilege that we have for living in this country. There's a little bit of that sun that I was hoping for. So I'm going to see what I can make of this day to celebrate Canada Day. Well, hello, little shroomy. You're coming home with me. Now this came down last night. It seems a little odd to me, because it wasn't all that windy, but there you have it, all the same. I need to get a move on, because I expect we are going to get rain before long. And you know how I feel about fires in the rain. Not a fan. If I can get this perhaps tainted pike cleaned and cooked quickly, I'll be happier. I'm just back at camp now, getting a fire going. I'm going to be cooking up some pike. And unfortunately I made the same mistake as last time. So yesterday's pike had died the day before. Today's pike died yesterday. So it smells a little off. This is a bigger one this time. So this is going to be another gorge on questionable meat. I think I've learned my lesson now. If it dies, you cook it and eat it that day. Don't wait. A note on last night's tinder fungi tests. The tinder polypore lasted between 4 and 4.5 hours, and basically it burned out the inside. The other tinder fungus, which I'm going to call chaga, I'm not 100% sure, lasts between 3.5 to 4 hours. And it simply burned down this way. And I think it may have just smothered. Feels a little damp, so hard to say exactly the cause of it stopping the burn, but it was not because it was used up. There's still more that it could have burned. So this is a slower burn, but didn't last as long. I found that I had to peel off the crumbly black outer layer here to get to the orange underneath before it would continue to burn consistently. So, something to consider. Just getting a little bit of rain now. Duck under the shelter. shelter for a bit and probably take a nap. Before I do, one big discovery I want to share with you. That is a blueberry. Appears to be ripe. Delicious. Been waiting for that. I don't see any others. There are some that are purple, but waiting makes it that much more special when you finally get it. I don't know if the rain's gonna last. We'll wait. It'll be special if it clears up. It's getting a lot of rain. It's been going for, well, the rest of the morning and all afternoon so far. So I've just been sleeping. Which is fine because I've been under-rested for a while. Got up at 2:30 this morning. And my shelter is fine with the rain. It is not set up for wind, so I'm just hoping we don't get too much of that, otherwise I'm going to have to hop up, put some rain gear on and get out there and do something. It's a lazy, rainy day for Brian and Roy. And that's fine with me. Hey buddy, you want to tell me your own? A little tummy rub? Yeah. There's a good lad. So I think as long as it's raining, I'm just gonna hang out in here for a while longer. Get some snuggles in with Roy. It's a nice downtime. It's been a while. Hey buddy, isn't this nice? Entering total relaxation mode. Well, hello there. Just getting up from one heck of a nap. I went to bed at around 9:30 and it's about 6 o'clock now. It's finally stopped raining, so I basically just hunkered down all day. I spy with my little eye something that is blue. So we've got a little bit of blue sky now. I decided to get up, time to get some dinner in me, take Roy for a walk. It's nice that the rain has stopped. It's a little bit cold and windy now, so I'm hoping the mosquitoes will stay off. I might do a little bit of fishing as well if the weather stays reasonable, and see if I can get myself some food for tomorrow. When Trevor and Jer left, they only left one food item behind, and that was this. A little bit of crusty bread that I've been using for my minnow baits. Things are clearing up a bit. It's a cool wind. I'm dressed pretty warmly right now. It's been a bit of an odd day. I was up at 2:30 after going to bed around midnight. The mosquitoes insisted. I had breakfast in the dark, went out for a fish, came back, ate my lunch around 8:30. Started raining 9 or 9:30, so I went to bed, slept for, what would that be? 8 hours, which was nice. Got up, had some dinner. By the time I got up, it was around 6, maybe even a little later. Had some dinner. Now Roy and I are taking our evening walk. Hope to do a little fishing after this. Then probably back to bed if the mosquitoes will let me. I normally don't get to bed till 11:30, 12 o'clock though, because I need to wait for them to thin out. Otherwise it's just a mess in the shelter. A bloody mess. But not exactly your average day. But as ever, I am making do with what I've got. Haven't caught any fish yet. Makes me happy that I had a few successful days in a row and I was able to save some up. I've got one left, a big pike that I'm going to be eating tomorrow. And then after that, I need to secure some more protein. I've been spoiled. I haven't had to worry about fish for about a week and a half now. And if I can catch some fish tonight, that streak will continue. So I gathered one fungus earlier today. I don't have a whole lot of faith in it though, as it's pretty old. Here's another one. This is some sort of a bolete. Looks pretty familiar to one that I found earlier. I'll bring that one back. Don't have the highest of hopes, but I'll see what I can do anyways. Now, here is a mushroom I could identify earlier, or at least semi-identify anyways. This is either yellow patches or frost seminita. The yellow patches is not poisonous, but the frost seminita is. And I know that, so I'm going to leave it where it is. I've got myself a feisty smallmouth. It's a jumper. Oh, nice! Hook came off, fish is in the boat. That worked out perfectly. Another smallmouth here. Found a little nest of them. I hadn't had a whole lot of luck actually with catching bass. Had some early on. Put in a real effort on them on the first day of the season. And since then, nothing until today, and now I've got two, and that's nice because it's a good slab of meat for tomorrow. So this is going on the stringer, and I'm going back to that same spot. I'll take a few more casts and see if there aren't a few more of these guys hanging out there. It's got a little gash in its side. I'll run with a pike maybe. Getting a little mist over in the bay already. The water is warm, the air not so much. Got a bit of a north wind, so I'm hoping the mosquitoes will be pretty reasonable tonight. Generally speaking, south wind they're bad, north wind they're reasonable. So we'll see if that holds true. Always nice when it does. They definitely seem to come in waves as well. They'll have a hatch, I would guess, or an immersion, and then they're quite bad for a while, and you have a lull, another hatch. But I just gotta take it day by day, night by night. Quick evening harvest. So I've got some cattails for tomorrow's breakfast. I've had trouble recently with fish dying. and going a little bit bad before I can eat them. So this is my solution. I've got about 8 meters of paracord here. I've got the pike from the other day on there, so it's able to swim in the deeper waters. I have 2 bass from today, so I'm going to go ahead and tie an overhand knot, get myself a loop, and onto that loop I tie my little paracord stringer here that they are on. There you go. So they've got room to swim, pike has room to swim. They can all swim out in the deeper water. Now normally I would not advocate keeping a fish alive for extended periods of time. It's stressful for them, but in this situation I'm doing what I have to do to make sure that I have food. I'm willing to keep them alive for a few days longer if that means that I can go to bed knowing that I have food for tomorrow. So today was a good day for me. I got up early, went fishing, slept a lot of the day because it was cold and rainy, went out, caught a couple bass just now. I'm happy with that. I haven't had much sleep recently, so this was a nice chance for me to catch up on some much needed hours. I also ended up with a couple bass at the end of the day, and I can never be mad about that. It's feeling pretty cool now. We've got a bit of a north breeze, and it's already dropped to the point where I need to be in a toque and 3 layers on my upper body. It's been pretty cold all day actually. I've hardly been out of my toque and my fleece sweater, but this should hopefully keep the mosquitoes down, and that has been an ongoing concern recently. So I'm really, fingers crossed, hoping that we're not going to get many tonight. It's already almost 9:30 and I've only seen a couple, which is a good sign. They usually come out pretty soon though. I've just made a little discovery here. I've got some raspberries growing on this little rock face, and when it was hot and didn't rain for a while, the drainage was too much and these ones did not survive. And I'm just realizing that this is essentially Mother Nature has dried out these leaves for me to use as tea. And I'll see how it is with the dried leaves. I tried it with the wet leaves. Dried leaves make it stronger, so I'll give that a shot and see how it goes. So there we are, a little bit of raspberry tea with dried leaves. It's just time to test out my raspberry tea. It's been steeping for about 15 minutes, and this is with the dried leaves. And that's nice. It was nice with the wet leaves. The dried leaves just brings out the flavor a little bit more, and I'll definitely be having that one again. It's quite good. Still a mild tea, so if I were living at home and able to drink your regular green tea or orange pekoe, and then I were to try that, I would think it was quite mild. But I've been out here a while, so for me it's you appreciate the subtle flavors a bit more. And like I said, it's a nice tea, and I'll be having it again. Nothing like a nice hot drink on a cold evening. I'm just taking a look at the mushrooms that I gathered earlier today. This first one is starting to go a little moldy, getting slimy, and it's worm-eaten, and at this point in the night I don't really feel like identifying it, so I'm just going to toss that over there. The one I picked up on the evening walk though, this happy little character, I've cut it. I'm just waiting to see what color it's going to stain, and all of the criteria have matched a certain mushroom so far, And if the stain is blue-green, as the book says, then I know that this one is edible. So just waiting on that. I think this is the same thing that happened last time, and I didn't stain as it was expected to, so I ended up not eating it. So perhaps it'll be the same result, perhaps not. We'll see.